The story begins on Earth, where a catastrophic anomaly rips through the skies, creating a portal that connects the realms of the Marvel Universe to the DC multiverse. In the midst of this chaos, Bruce Banner, hiding in a remote wilderness to avoid unleashing the Hulk, senses an otherworldly energy. Strange, unexplainable vibrations disturb the air, accompanied by a pulsating light that seems to pierce the very fabric of reality. Banner's scientific mind races as he observes the phenomenon, but his instincts tell him that something far more dangerous than science can explain is at play. Meanwhile, on Apokolips, Darkseid sits atop his throne, an eternal expression of cold indifference on his face. He is alerted by his minions to the breach in the multiverse. Darkseid's eyes narrow as he realizes the opportunity before him to expand his dominion into new realms and bring even more under his tyrannical rule. With calculated precision, he commands his forces to scout this new frontier and test its defenders. The stage is set, and the destinies of two colossal beings begin to intertwine. A squadron of parademons invades Earth, tasked with testing its defenses and scouting for potential resistance. Their descent is a nightmare of shrieking wings and fiery destruction. They leave a small town in ruins, their monstrous forms tearing through everything in their path. In the midst of this carnage, Bruce Banner's attempts to suppress his rage fail. He witnesses a family trapped beneath rubble, their screams piercing through the chaos. The surge of emotion breaks his fragile control. His breathing quickens, his muscles tense, and his eyes flash green. The transformation begins. Banner's body contorts, growing larger, more monstrous. With a thunderous roar that shakes the ground, the Hulk emerges. The parademons turn their attention to this new threat, but their weapons and claws are useless against the Hulk's impenetrable skin. He tears through them with ease, his massive fist smashing them into the ground like insects. The battle is swift and brutal, but as the last parade mon falls, the portal above expands, its gravitational pull too strong for even the Hulk to resist. He is drawn into the cosmic rift, vanishing into the unknown. Hulk crashes into the barren wastelands of Apokolips, a world of fire and ash. The air is thick with the stench of sulfur, and the ground is a scorched, cracked expanse. Hulk rises, shaking off the disorientation of the portal's pull. His green skin glistens under the eerie glow of Apokolips' fiery sky. As he takes in his surroundings, he is immediately beset by more parademons and Darkseid's elite soldiers. They attack with advanced weaponry, their lasers and explosives creating a symphony of destruction. But the Hulk is undeterred. His rage fuels his strength, and he tears through his attackers with primal fury. He uses chunks of the broken ground as weapons, hurling them with devastating force. Watching this from his citadel, Darkseid observes with cold curiosity. The raw, unrefined power of this intruder intrigues him. He issues a command for the Hulk to be brought to him, alive. Hulk storms into Darkseid's citadel, his path a trail of destruction. Massive doors crumble before his strength, and the walls shake with each step he takes. Darkseid rises from his throne as the Hulk enters, his towering form radiating an aura of authority and menace. Without a word, Darkseid fires his Omega beams. The red, crackling energy twists and turns, locking onto the Hulk. The beams strike, but instead of vaporizing him, they push him back. The Hulk roars in defiance, his skin sizzling but unbroken. He leaps forward, swinging a massive fist at Darkseid. The collision is seismic, the shockwave reverberating across the citadel. Darkseid counters with a punch of his own, and the two engage in a titanic struggle. The citadel begins to crumble under the strain of their battle. Darkseid's strength is immense, but the Hulk's resilience and growing fury allow him to match each blow. Darkseid, recognizing the Hulk's growing strength, temporarily retreats. With a wave of his hand, he activates a trapdoor beneath the Hulk, sending him plunging into a labyrinth of mechanical corridors and traps. The Hulk's roars of frustration echo through the maze as he smashes through walls and defenses. Meanwhile, Darkseid watches from his surveillance room, analyzing the Hulk's behavior. He sees the potential to exploit the Hulk's lack of strategy and reliance on brute force. Darkseid's retreat is not a sign of weakness, but a calculated move to study his adversary and plan his next strike. As the Hulk tears through the labyrinth, he encounters an ambush. Darkseid's forces have regrouped, this time armed with advanced energy weapons designed to counter the Hulk's regenerative abilities. The weapons unleash beams of concentrated energy that sear through the air, striking the Hulk with enough force to bring lesser beings to their knees. The ambush is brutal, and for a moment, it seems the Hulk might be overwhelmed. But as the battle intensifies, so does his rage. The Hulk's roars grow louder, his muscles swell, and his eyes burn with fury. He adapts to their tactics, using his surroundings as weapons and shields. He tears a massive piece of machinery from the wall and wields it like a club, smashing through his attackers. By the end of the skirmish, the parademons lie in ruins, and the Hulk's rage burns brighter than ever. Darkseid confronts the Hulk again, this time using his intelligence to exploit the Hulk's weaknesses. He manipulates the battlefield, creating traps and illusions to disorient the Green Giant. He uses Apokolips' advanced technology to project holograms and shift the terrain, attempting to confuse and exhaust the Hulk. Despite his primal nature, the Hulk begins to adapt, drawing on the remnants of Banner's intellect buried deep within. He starts to see through the illusions. His movements become more calculated, his strikes more precise. The battle shifts from a contest of brute strength to a clash of resilience and strategy. Darkseid is forced to acknowledge that the Hulk is more than just a mindless beast. As the battle rages, the Hulk's rage reaches new heights, triggering a transformation. His skin glows with a fiery green aura, and the ground beneath him cracks and crumbles. He has entered a new state of power, edging closer to his world-breaker form. His strength is now beyond anything Apokolips has ever witnessed. Darkseid's Omega beams, once a decisive weapon, are now deflected or absorbed by the Hulk's sheer power. The Citadel begins to collapse as their fight escalates. The tide of battle shifts, and for the first time, Darkseid's composure falters. He realizes that the Hulk's strength is not just physical, but also fueled by an indomitable will. The battle escalates to catastrophic proportions, threatening to tear Apokolips apart. The Hulk's roars echo across the planet, a primal declaration of dominance. He overpowers Darkseid's forces, tearing through their ranks with ease. Civilians and soldiers alike flee from the chaos, seeking refuge from the destruction. Darkseid, now pressed to his limits, channels the full power of the Omega effect. The clash becomes a test of endurance, with neither side willing to yield. The ground trembles, the sky burns, and the air itself seems to vibrate with the intensity of their conflict. The planet teeters on the brink of collapse. Darkseid attempts a final gambit, drawing the Hulk into the core of Apokolips. He plans to weaponize the planet's energy, using its molten core as a trap to incinerate the Hulk. The Hulk, however, refuses to be defeated. His indomitable will and ever-growing strength allow him to resist the gravitational forces and energy surges. In a moment of sheer determination, the Hulk turns the tables. He channels the planet's energy into a devastating attack, hurling it back at Darkseid. The resulting explosion is blinding, a cataclysmic event that cripples Darkseid's physical form. His true essence retreats to the fourth world, defeated but not destroyed. The Hulk emerges from the rubble, battered but victorious. Apokolips lies in ruins, its once mighty ruler dethroned. The planet's fiery landscape is now a testament to the Hulk's power. Though he does not fully understand the magnitude of his victory, the Hulk's primal instincts recognize that he has triumphed over a being of unparalleled power. As the portal that brought him to this realm reopens, the Hulk steps through, returning to his own universe. The denizens of Apokolips are left to rebuild, their fear of Darkseid now replaced by awe for the Green Giant. Back on Earth, Bruce Banner regains consciousness, his memories of the battle fragmented and dreamlike. He feels an unshakable sense of change within himself, a deeper connection to the Hulk's strength and resilience.